Good afternoon folks, 21st century caveman here. Hope everybody's well, hope everybody's happy. So today we're going to skim this wall behind me. So I've already done the ceiling and basically I'm just taking it quite sort of slowly and easily because I haven't done any skimming for quite some time now, and I need to sort of build my speed up and just to get used to the trowel again. Anyway, that said, I'll reset the camera and I'll get back to you. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do then, just take off any bits on here, so we've got a nice surface to skim on. Any surfaces which have been painted and I can't remove the paint, which appear to be a little bit slippery, I'm just going to scuff up like this, just so that the plaster has a good key, something to attach to on the wall. Okay. So I've already previously done these areas here, but we've got some more sort of painted areas down there. I'm just going to scuff those up now to create a key for the plaster. Right, so now we're going to PVA the wall. The PVA is roughly the consistency of milk. Right folks, before we start I just want to make it clear that I do not plaster for a living, okay? Right folks, so the first coat of plaster is on the wall. So what I'm going to do, just give it a few minutes and then start flattening it out. And the reason I'm just going to give it a few minutes is because I just want the plaster to set just a little bit more. So basically when I'm flattening it out, I'm not just taking plaster off, okay? Back in a moment. Right, so I'm just going to start flattening this up now. It's starting to go off, just to get rid of some of these ridges. And at this stage, if there's any, any sort of, gouges or anything like that, this is the stage I need to rectify those. Right folks, so this is our second coat, so it's a much thinner, weaker coat, and I can see me dropping this all over the place. I'm going to have to be a bit quite careful because it will go up on the floor. Right folks, second coat of plaster is on. So I'm just going to leave this and take 10 minutes out. Just get myself a cold drink. And then we'll come back and just flatten this in. Right folks, I've given it 10 minutes or so and it's starting to firm up a little bit. So I'm just going to start flattening it out. Right folks, I'm going to start putting a light hazel water on here so I can sponge float it. As you can probably see, there's now watery haze on the wall, on the plaster, and I'm going to be using this Raffina sponge float medium coarse. So I'm just going to dip it in a bucket of water and start going over the plaster to, I suppose you're almost bringing it back to its former state. You know, I'm willing to learn, I'm willing to try new techniques. And I think that will make my life easier and improve the quality of my work. Yeah, I mean, I'll be a mug not to try, wouldn't it, surely? Right, okay folks, so I've gone over it with the sponge float, so I'm just going to keep an eye on it, and when it starts to go off a little bit, I'm going to, in fact, you know what, I might do it straight away actually. I'm going to get the Superflex and start working on it, because when I did the ceiling using this technique, it went off quite quickly, and with the Superflex, I had a job, you know, getting out some of these lines. So anyway, I'm just going to get the Superflex on it now. Incidentally folks, I don't know whether you can see, but I've tried to take some of the thickness off the edges on this trowel, because it did leave a few tracks in the ceiling the other day. Anyway, I need to get on with this. Right guys, so this is the first pass with the Superflex, and basically I'm just going to go over it again. I've taken out most of the lines. I think I've caught it at about the right time. So it's looking pretty flat, pretty smooth. I'm just hoping that you know, it's going to look a hell of a lot better when I go over it again. So I'll just reset the camera and we'll just give it another wash, shall we? And I'll be wetting my brush up as I go along. Right, okay folks, so we're nearly there. So the plaster's going off very nicely now. It's been troweled twice. So I'm just going to get a wet brush, just take any uneven bits of plaster out of the corners, out of the internal corners on the top and on the sides. And then basically I'm going to cross trowel it and call it a day. So yeah, I think it's looking half decent at the moment. Certainly nothing to be embarrassed about, is it? It's not a disgrace. Anyway, I'll just take those corners out. I won't bother filming it because I don't have a lot of battery left in my camcorder, so I'm not even going to bother filming that. But I'll just film the cross trowel. Okay, see you in a bit. Right folks, I've taken all the corners out, I'm just going to cross trail it now. Right, as far as I'm concerned, that's done. I'm going to clear up and go home. Right folks, so this job is now done as far as I'm concerned. So it's nice to have a little bit more practice on the trowel and a little bit more practice with the sponge float. So this is the second time I've actually tried the sponge float method. So I'm still trying to get used to it, really work out timings, that sort of stuff. Still trying to get used to my new trowel. It's been a nice sunny day. It's been very enjoyable being here, and it's been nice to be able to share this with you guys. So I hope you've got something from it. These little bits here, look, little bits of skim inside the sockets. When it's all dried out, I'm just going to get a Stanley knife and just cut that and cut it back basically. Don't need to do anything with it now.